reppin' PC crew. You already know what it is that we came to do. We be rapping and singing and filming and acting. Yes, we making moves while the rest just reacting. I'm on you, they test slow, see me as I go. So while you hanging out, tryna be in my photo. Opportunities, I'm giving back to the community. Haters wanna step, give me fame, that's all you do to me. Cause people, them, they hail us like bread, they toast us. Yeah, we're leaps and bounds above the rest. Head and shoulders like a foster, it's a parent. We got living in my heart, victory, it's inherent. Now it's up and away, you know I'm elevating. Anytime I spit like a church and congregating. I don't deal or no deal, I make deals. Living life in 3D, I'm so real. I am a winner, I am a winner. Everybody around me say I really winner. Yes, my Baba really don't bless me. Yes, my Baba really don't bless me. I am a winner, I am a winner. Everybody around me say I really winner. Yes, my Baba really don't bless me. Yes, my Baba really don't bless me. 2011 and I'm winning like Konami. When I flow, I make highways, they call me the tsunami. Been through the valley, but on top is where you can find me. Rap till I'm legendary, no games like Atari. Aggressive trying to box me up like I am Lego. But I would transform their mind, call me Mr. Hasbro. Cause I'm in my prime, so I'm ever rising. Trying to torture me, I never crack. I had no dry skin, huh? Mr. Supernova, master epic writer. Rolling and token, Holy Ghost swagger. Flyer than blowing. That's a state of mind, out of the world I am flowing. Gold medals I be holding. I don't know who you are, but just know you are a winner. Ultimate achiever, master succeeder. Believe in the power of the number one supplier. Jehovah Jireh, our provider, will take you higher. Say it louder. I am a winner, I am a winner. Everybody around me say I really winner. Yes, my Baba really don't bless me. Yes, my Baba really don't bless me. I am a winner, I am a winner. Everybody around me say I really winner. Yes, my Baba really don't bless me. Yes, my Baba really don't bless me. I am a winner. Spain, South Africa, exceeding all my goals on my iPod, David V. Drop knowledge, you can barely bear, call me Papa. I'm a Niger rapper, too bad, I'm a Baba. Papa, God, I bless you for telling me face to face. The pain is just a face to face before your breakthrough. Lyric face me, I face you too, naked life interface too. Work hard, face my books, now I get all the likes on Facebook. Repeat that, retweet that, R2C to the beat. 911 till the game, making me emerge and see that I'm consistent, persistent. All my fears are distant. I don't see the ghost no more.
Welcome to the Don Jenkins Show. I am Jay Fuller, a great friend of Don Jenkins. Don has allowed me to do his show today. Isn't that amazing? I am so excited because we got to unpack some wonderful things today. We got two dynamic women here, two dynamic women of God here.
Amen.
And it's a rainy day, but that doesn't mean that the show is going to be rained on. But so I want to talk to you today about a few things about what happened to me this morning, but let me give you the scripture behind that. And it's coming from James chapter 1. But let patience have its perfect work, that ye may be perfect and complete and lacking nothing. So here's the deal. I ran a marathon this morning, pouring down raining. I mean, just pouring down. The first mile, I thought it was going to stop. It didn't stop. God was trying to work on my patience. Third mile, kept going, didn't stop. I was out there in Frederick, Maryland, just running, just trying to get a little bit of relief so when the rain stops, because when you're running and you're running in the rain, your shoes get heavy. See, things seem like they're a little bit heavier than usual. And so I just kept going, and mile 6 came, and then mile 8 came, and then 10 came, and by the time it was over, I was soaking wet. But God through the whole thing wanted me to believe that I needed to work on my patience. And after that, I got in the car, and where you parked at, it was really, really muddy. So you had to navigate out of the parking lot a certain way, where if you turn your wheel to the left, it could be an issue. If you turn your wheel to the right, and it could be an issue. So I had to actually go straight forward and just go against the gravity. So here's the deal. I got stuck. I got stuck for about a good 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Stuck in that muddy parking lot in the rain. And I said, oh man, I got to do the Don Jenkins show today. How am I going to get here? God again gave me a word. patience. Let patience have its perfect work. And you know what? People came around and asked me, did I need help? I was still in the car. 3 guys came. A big old truck came. So God, here's the deal. God gives you what you need.
Yes, He does.
When you need it at His perfect time. So I am so grateful that I'm able to be here today to do the Don Jenkins Show. And I can't wait to talk about what we're going to unpack today. I got some exciting things to talk about. First, I want to talk to the audience about is Green Time. And this is a business that my wife and I created about a year ago. Green Time, it talks about how to add more green into your life and plants and green juice, green smoothies, and green, just green teas and green this and green that. So I want to get into a little bit of that with my wife and then have us unpack that a little bit and what she does and how Green Time has been effective for her. And Kai, please chime in, because I know you know a lot about vegetables. And then I got a special guest here today, Kai Robinson. Kai Robinson is going to talk about her business. The name of her business, Lillian's Resource Center. She is the president and CEO. Kai does so much, I can't say it all. She has another 501c3s that she is a part of, which is one is called Catch, and the other one is called Mary Elizabeth's House. She's actually the executive director of them both, and she does this. I mean, it's amazing what she's done. And I talked to her the other day, and I was just completely blown by some of the things that she's doing in the community. So we're going to unpack that. But first, I want to give some time to my wife, a wonderful woman of God who keeps me straight. When I get on her nerves, she tells me to go run.
Yes.
I need for you to share with the people how Green Time, what Green Time has done for you and how you implement Green Time on a daily basis in your daily regimen during the week and not only during the week but on the weekends as well.
Okay, Green Time, adding something green to your meals every day. My husband, he's a raw vegan, and I'm not quite there yet, but I have added more plant-based to our diet. Every Sunday we do meal prep so I can have a healthy lunch when I go to school. I'm a school teacher. We also do community events at churches, and he even participated with Coach Don for our first health expo. Coach Don was doing exercise, and my husband was sharing the benefits of adding green things to our diet.
So let me interrupt you for a minute, because you just touched on something that I want to talk about. And you talked about meal prep and how I want to know what the meal prep does for you during the week. And also I want you to unpack, Coach Don used to coach you.
Yes, he
did. I
did,
remember
yes.
that he did some exercise and training with you and
yes, me and the kids.
tried to keep the family healthy. And,
yes.
And remember when I talked about on the last show that we were a household for over 1,200 pounds.
Yes.
But we're under 1,000 now.
Yes, we're doing better.
And that's a
yes.
wonderful thing.
Yes.
That's a testimony. A lot of people need to know that you can get better. You don't have to have the things that society says you have, like high blood pressure and diabetes and some of the things that held me in bondage for a long time. So I want you to just specifically also talk about what does that meal prep do for you? What does that green juice do for you early in the morning? Now, I don't know if you want to go there, but...
Well, no, I will share some. In the morning, every morning I drink cucumber juice with celery. I was having issues with my blood pressure being high. So every morning now that I drink the green juice, the celery, it was a taste I had to get used to, though. But it has lowered my blood pressure, so we drink it every morning.
Man, I'm going to have to be like Dawn for a minute. Did you hear what she said? It lowered her blood pressure.
Yes, yes.
It lowered her blood pressure.
Amen. Amen.
The green juice, the celery, the cucumber. Amen. I didn't add ginger to it, right?
No, you didn't.
Just the celery and cucumber alone lowered her blood pressure.
And we first tried to add it to the green smoothies, but Jay felt that we needed to do just cucumber and celery. So I had to get used to it. But sometimes things that if it's going to make you feel better, that you do have to just continue to push through it so it can give you the benefits that you need.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, do you want to say? Okay.
I'm getting
so
excited
for that,
because
yes.
this is the first time I'm really hearing you talk about this publicly on a show. So
Okay, yes,
I know
mine
we
too,
talk about
actually.
it in passing with people, but this is exciting because you have adopted some of the things that I have taught and you've learned from that. And in the beginning, it was a little rough.
Right.
I took the counter space and she wasn't having it. I mean, I took a whole side of the car. I took
The
half of
kitchen.
the
The
kitchen.
kitchen, yes.
But then a little while longer, she came and she was like, you do all the cooking. You do all the preparation.
I'm so blessed.
Amen.
And maybe
Amen.
I should I think you said I should lighten up on that. You gave me a little bit of
I
room.
did give you a little leeway.
'Cause
Yes,
I
I
got the
did.
Vitamix and I got the
Every
juicers.
machine.
Not only one juicer, I got two.
Yes.
So if I'm the primary person, then hey,
You need a little space.
I have a little
room,
right.
Yes,
little
we need a
room.
new kitchen.
Yes,
Yes.
I have a
we
little
need
bit of
room.
rights.
Yes,
Okay, go ahead.
yes.
So, not to interrupt you.
So,
go ahead.
as a teacher, we have a certain amount of time that we have to eat. So, since we meal prep on Sundays for the whole week, I know what I'm going to eat. And I know in the morning, that I'm going to drink my green juice and then maybe do like an overnight oatmeal too sometimes. But I know that my lunch is already prepared. And that's a win-win situation for me because I'll have my nutrients to continue to work with my pre-K children in the class. One thing that when Coach Don was coaching me and our children, he's just so energetic and everything. Jay, he's our steam train, and I'm the little engine that could. I think I can. So, Coach Don was able to adjust our routines for myself and the children. He was high impact with them because they were younger and they had all this energy, but he kept me motivated also. So, like I told Jay, he's our steam train, and I'm the little engine that could, and I'm going to get to, our destination eventually. Yes. So.
Yeah. So you hear what she said. She talked about overnight oats. I wanted to unpack that a little bit too because I don't know if everybody knows what that is, but she talked about what her daily regimen is and how it makes her feel. And what are overnight oats? What are your overnight oats that you can tell to the people that may be struggling with trying to get breakfast together, and they may want to do something that you do because they have they don't have time. People. Right. It's all about time. Is what people say they don't have, but in reality, they really do have plenty of time. Right, God?
We do.
They got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yes, and the big thing is preparation. So that's why we choose Sunday after we get out of church to prepare. So overnight oats, we have a lot of different mason jars, different sizes and everything. You put fruit and vegetables, well, no, not vegetables. Fruit in the overnight oats, steel cut oats.
Like some rolled oats.
Rolled, yes.
So maybe like in a jar like this. So I think I got her smaller jars because she felt like this was too long, so I got her the wide mouth jars. You can get the wide mouth jars. They have a wider mouth, so you can get the items in there. So I think what you're saying is that you put the rolled oats at the bottom.
I actually put
What is your
bananas.
process?
I normally put bananas at the bottom, then roll oats, and then I put like some strawberries and some blueberries, some flaxseed, and I use almond milk. And I like to heat my overnight oats up in the morning, but if you put it in the refrigerator, the oatmeal will flake up. And then I add a little more almond milk in the morning, and it's warm and it's delicious. And that will sustain you to lunchtime. Makes you feel full, and you won't be hungry, and you won't be snacking in between.
So it prevents you from maybe overeating on things that you really shouldn't be indulging in. Now, Kai, do you do overnight oats? I know you do a lot of things because Mike talked about that, how some of the things that you do. What are some things that you know about the overnight oats?
I'm familiar with the overnight oats. I have not made them. What I've done instead is I may prepare cooked steel cut oatmeal, and I'll eat oatmeal. And then what's left, I don't discard. I save it. And I eat it the next day. So those are my
So
overnight
she's already
oats.
saved. See, that's why she's an entrepreneur. That's why she's the president of a corporation, and also she's an executive director of what because she knows how to save money. See, Kai is into, she's already told you. She ain't throwing nothing away.
Not too fast.
Not too fast.
Not too fast.
So her process is a little different from Andrea's, but it's sort of the same platform.
I use the steel cut oatmeal.
You use the steel cut oatmeal.
Because steel cut, I don't know how many people are familiar that there are different types of oats. There's steel cut, there are rolled oats, and there's one other, Irish oats. But steel cut oats have the most nutritional value. They actually and I may be getting ahead of myself,
no, that's okay.
But for persons and most of us that have a little extra right around this midsection.
I think we all got that.
Yeah, I encourage people to eat steel cut oatmeal, and you can do that daily and watch inches fade away. So steel cut.
That's a good nugget.
So you can change up the version of what you want to do. It doesn't have to be the same. You have to make your own. You have to find out what works for you.
Right.
Green juice, celery and cucumber and ginger works for me, but that doesn't work for Andrea. She doesn't like the ginger in hers. But I like the spiciness of the ginger. She likes the cucumber, and I think you pretty much like the cucumber. You don't really do
you're getting
the
used
celery
to it.
much.
Yes, I'm getting used to it. Yes.
But she does her own thing. So so you got your overnight oats. You got your meals already prepped.
Right.
About what time do you think the trigger's gonna go off for you to be hungry, so you won't reach for that Utz potato chips bag? No, what's that snack you like? What's that snack you like?
That's my vice.
Everybody got a problem. Look, let me tell you something. My biggest issue before I started to lose weight and during the weight loss was the Utz potato chips and the Hershey with almonds. I had issues. And the M&Ms. Those ones that have the peanuts in them. So don't beat yourself up.
Right.
Just do something about it. Do something, exercise. Because it's about getting better so that you can move forward. Getting better so you can move forward. So you got, so what, after you do your overnight oats and you got your meal prep, before you reach for that snack, what do you do? What do you implement? Is there anything that you do?
Well, water.
Do you drink water?
Yes, I am drinking more water.
Does that prevent you from going left?
Well, if I do my overnight oats as well as the food that I meal prep, I'm normally okay until I get home. But if I miss something, that's when you can tell that, I'm a little hungrier and everything. I do have, like, almonds. I try to snack on almonds.
Talk to the people because they want to know.
Okay. Yes, I try to snack on almonds. Dark chocolate almonds that I do freeze. So I have about 8 of them. So if I realize that I want something to snack on, I do a dark chocolate almond or 2. That helps me with the little sweet that I'm looking for, as well as the almonds to sustain me. Yes.
So some of the almonds will help keep you full and give you the protein that you're looking for. But you didn't mention that you add peanut butter to your overnight oats. I know
yes,
that,
peanut butter. Yes,
peanut
I
butter
do add peanut
overnight.
butter. And that's a good protein
so
to add.
She gets a whole, like, a variety of protein that she's always talking about protein.
Yes.
And one of the things that I've learned from her early on, when we were dating, we've been married for 23 years, so our anniversary is coming up in a few weeks. Not to mention, she was doing all kind of herbal things when I met her. And then we both fell off the train. But guess what? We back.
We're back.
Amen.
We are back on the
Yes,
train.
we are.
We're back with a vengeance.
back.
And we got a plan. And we also, when we talk about green time, we are constantly asking other people in the family, what do you think you may like? I make this raw vegan key lime pie.
Everyone loves it.
She likes that.
Oh, it's delicious.
And this is the only way that I can get her to eat avocado, other than
avocado fries. We like those
she
too.
likes the avocado fries. She likes the key lime pie. She also likes the guacamole. I
Yeah,
found out
that's
how to make
wonderful,
guacamole
yes.
the way she likes it, with
yes.
that spicy lime in it. So there's some things that she's learned. Now, I don't know if you are like in the kitchen with me, but I know you kind of washing the dishes and making sure the floor is clean and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yes, we need
Every
some of
now and then I may get a little bit of support of her cutting up an onion, but you know.
I do a little more than cutting up onion.
Tell us what you do. Tell us, tell us what more. Tell us what you do, Miss Fuller.
I'm
But
there
that's
to coach you.
Yeah, see, we're going
I'm the
back.
coach.
We are
Yes,
going back.
yes.
Coach and cheerleader.
Everybody
Yes, that's right.
needs a coach.
Yes, amen.
That's why it is crucial. You cannot do these things without a coach. You need to be coached in your spiritual life. You need to be coached in exercise. You need to be coached in what you eat and how you eat. And it doesn't, it doesn't need to be a certified coach. Absolutely not. I am not a certified coach. I am a spiritual coach. I happen to have benefited from changing some things around and lost some weight and established and was able to create a business called Green Time. You see our shirts? Green Time,
Yes.
green every day.
Amen. Yes.
And guess what? Her husband made these shirts for me and many more. That's a whole nother conversation that we need to unpack, but we're going to stick with the script today in terms of Green Time. But I want to just say that coaching is a big part, and that's why Don and I are kind of in partnership, because Don adds a sort of coaching that he's in your face. He is a bishop who has a word for you.
Amen. Yes.
We have a word for you, but we have it on a different platform. We also have that eating platform for you. So if you're interested in anything with meal prepping, if you're interested in anything with Green Time, if you want to implement more green, if you want to know how to shop green, that's what we teach. That's what you will learn. And at the end of the show, we're going to give you the website so that you can have a reference in case you're interested in dropping some of the pounds. Like Kai said, we need to get those spare tires out of the way. And those are some of the things that are really difficult to get rid of. But Andrea, I know she does certain things, like she's getting massages, which is helping her
yes.
digestive system.
Yes, I actually got a massage yesterday. Yes, sometimes you need to do something a little different, to help relieve the stress. I already started doing, adding something green every day, and I just needed a little extra. I'm taking classes, I'm teaching classes. We're doing community events in churches and schools to try to empower the people and to share our message. So we're very busy, and we have 2 children in college at home. So we have a lot going on our plate. So I just felt like I needed a massage or something different to like de-stress and to spend some time. So yes, Marcia James, I was able to go to her, and she was able to help work out the kinks for an hour.
So she's your massage person.
Yes, she's a massage therapist. Yes.
And then you tell us about the other things you got going on coming up.
Oh yes.
What are you doing for your birthday? I know I'm putting her on the spot.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to have
but people need to understand
Yes,
that
dear.
when you implement certain things in your life, and you're open to exploring things that are healthy for you, these are things that's going to help with decreasing whatever illnesses or things that ails you. And I did forget to mention, let me tell you something about Kai. She is a registered nurse.
Okay, guys.
She has been a registered nurse almost over 20 years.
30.
Did I get that right? Oh, over 30 years. Look how young she looks. Over 30 years. She has been, I met her probably 1991. I was in school. She was at Walter Reed up in D.C. I was in clinicals. Kai was not married then. She was, what's your maiden name again?
Stewart.
Kai Stewart.
Stewart.
Kai Stewart. She was not Kai Stewart Robinson like she is today. She was Kai Stewart. So she knows everything about medical, okay? Okay, so don't even go there with me. So that's just a side gig for her right now. We're going to talk about these other businesses in a minute. But talk to the people. Tell them what you're doing
Tell
this
us
weekend.
about your
Well,
birthday.
yes,
Tell us about your birthday.
Tell them what you're doing on your birthday.
Yes, I have a milestone birthday coming up. So, in the midst of
First, give them a. You are going on a trip. I don't know where you're going.
yes, I am going on a trip.
You're going on a trip.
But yes,
out of the country.
Yes,
All
yes,
right,
dear.
but I asked her, "Are you sure you want to do this on your birthday?" She says, "Yes, I want to do this on my birthday." Go ahead.
Yes, so I've already implemented green, adding something green every day, added a lot of plant-based. So I'm going to have my first hydrotherapy.
Hydrotherapy.
Yes, hydrotherapy on my birthday.
Tell the people what hydrotherapy. They might not know what that is.
Well, why
That's
don't
a big
you
word.
tell them,
That's a big
dear?
word, Miss Fuller.
Why
No,
don't
you
you
go
tell
ahead.
them?
You go ahead.
Well,
It's great.
yes,
It's great.
Oh,
You'll be
God.
better for it.
Ooh,
yeah, you see, well, yes,
it's a colonic.
yes, okay, yes.
Let me
It's a
just-
cleansing.
Thank you. It's a cleansing.
It's a cleansing.
Yes,
It's a very thorough,
cleansing.
internal
Intestinal cleansing.
Cleansing.
Yes.
There
Do
you
you
go.
hear that, registered nurse?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so Andrea's having that on her birthday. I have been asking her for the last 2 or 3 years, Andrea, let's go, let's do it. She says, I'll get there. But you know what? Like she said earlier, the little engine that could.
Yes.
She has to do it when she's ready.
It's all about timing.
And
It is all about timing. Green time.
There it
It's
is.
all about
Yes,
timing.
yes.
And the Lord is working on your patience.
Amen.
Yes.
You were trying to
There
push
you
her.
go.
You were trying to push her.
Come on.
You
Yes.
were trying to push
There
her to
you
go.
go.
But it had to
It
be
ain't about me.
in her time.
It's her time.
That's
her
right.
time.
It's,
And she'll love it.
it's all
she'll
about
love it.
patience, just
And
like
she'll
you gave me in
appreciate
that parking
it.
lot.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to have that, and then I'm going to go sit in the salt sanctuary afterward.
Nice.
Yeah, the salt
like
sanctuary is a room that's made of Himalayan salt.
Himalayan pink
And
salt.
The pink salt, it's all on the ground. It's on the walls. It's supposed to kind of detoxify your body and really take things out that are toxic to your body. So she has agreed after hydrotherapy to go to the salt sanctuary 2 hours later. I'm the
Excellent.
driver.
Excellent.
I am the driver. So while we're talking about salt, let's talk about salt.
Okay.
What does salt do for you? The Himalayan salt that helps you to stay off your phone in the middle of the night.
Yes. Another part of green time is detoxing your environment. So at nighttime, I would be on my phone or on my tablet, maybe playing a game to unwind and everything. So the big thing about it is Jay bought me a Himalayan salt lamp, and that's supposed to take ions out of the.
Well, it repels the positive pressure. out of
Okay,
the
yes, it's
environment.
supposed to help me while I'm
Kinda
on
know
the
a little bit
tablet
about
at
that.
night. So, so I use that if I'm on the tablet, playing games or whatever. But then before I go to bed, I do take a half an hour to an hour to just turn off all the media and just to relax.
So detoxing your environment, meaning that you shouldn't really have your phone really close to you while you're sleeping, because then it interrupts your sleep. And also it's because it's always working and it's always live, and things are rays are coming to your body. So we talk about really how to detox your environment and really getting some quality sleep. A lot of people can't lose weight because they don't get enough sleep. And we're going back to the time thing again, where people aren't making reasonable choices with their time. They rather be up watching the latest Netflix movie that's on,
or surfing the web, or
or
tweeting all night.
on social media,
Right.
just looking,
Swiping
wasting
left, swiping
valuable time. So one of the things I did was I got salt lamps throughout. When I do stuff, I go all the way, and it's to the point where she's like, "Oh gosh, again?
Looks
You
like the
found
invasion
something
of
else."
the body snatchers in her home.
But
Yes.
with that said, these are things that Andrea has supported me in.
Yes.
And the fact that I've run so many marathons, and have had her support.
Yes.
I couldn't have done it without you. I couldn't have done the amount of things that I claim I want to do without you. It's impossible.
Oh, this is so nice. You
Anniversary coming.
Yes,
Anniversary coming.
Anniversary. So those are some things that really it takes a village of people to really help you to get through. Just like when I was in that parking lot and I was stuck in the mud, people came around to deal with my issues with patience. So, but God always sends people to you, anointed people to you to help you get through. And there's people that we talk to on a regular basis. You know, they pray for us, and you know some of the things that Andrea and I've implemented. A constant word of prayer every day, every morning. So I'm grateful that we are in a space like that. So right now we're going to take a little break, and then next up will be Kai Robinson with some amazing information about some of the things that she's doing in the community, and also with the things that she's doing as an executive director. So stay tuned.
FMD killing this one. I am a winner. Everybody wait on me, say I be a winner. Yes, I'm a baba winner, don't bless me. Yes, I'm a baba winner, don't bless me. I am a winner. Everybody wait on me, say I be a winner. Yes, I'm a baba winner, don't bless me. Yes, I'm a baba winner, don't bless me. It's your boy AY reppin' PCE crew. You already know what it is that we came to do. We be rapping and singing and filming and acting. Yes, we making moves while the rest just reacting. I'm on you, they test slow, see me as I go. So while you hanging out, trying to be in my photo. Opportunities, I'm giving back to the community. Haters wanna step, give me fame, that's all you do to me. Cause people, them, they hail us like bread, they toast us. Yeah, we're leaps and bounds above the rest. Head and shoulders like a foster, it's a parent. With God living in my heart, victory, it's inherent. Now it's up and away, you know I'm elevating. Anytime I spit like a church and congregating. I don't deal or no deal, I make deals. Living life in 3D, I'm so real. I am a winner, I am a winner. Everybody wait on me, say I be a winner. Yes, I'm a baba winner, don't bless me. Yes, I'm a baba winner, don't bless me. I am a winner, I am a winner. Everybody wait on me, say I be a winner. Yes, I'm a baba winner, don't bless me. Yes, I'm a baba winner. 2011 and I'm winning like Konami. When I flow, I make highways, they call me the tsunami. Been through the valley, but on top is where and you can find me. Rap till I'm legendary, no games like Atari. Aggressively trying to box me up like I am Lego. But I would transform their mind, call me Mr. Hasbro. Cause I'm in my prime, so I'm ever rising. Trying to torture me, I never crack. I had no dry skin, huh? Mr. Supernova.
I personally helped several people reclaim their healthy lives with a ketogenic lifestyle. Together with our team at Wakaya Perfection, we have helped over 4,000 people struggling with weight loss, burn off unwanted fat naturally, control hypertension, type 2 diabetes, and high cholesterol with our Beulah Fit Keto Fuel Shake and high-impact ginger and turmeric. Contact me for yours. Buttons about that ketolife.mywakaya.com. That's BUTTONSBOUTTATEKETOLIFE.MYWAKAYA.com or call 202-875-3926.
This is a keto-friendly diet, and weight loss expectation is approximately 1 to 2 pounds per week. Individual results can and will vary.
VoxWave now features a streaming radio media player on our website's front page, where local artists can get their music played 24/7. For more information on getting your music in rotation or to perform live at our studio, contact Reg Gaskins at 240-832-4455.
Android users, the VoxWave app is now available in the Google Play Store. Download the app today on your Android device to listen in and view programs.
Welcome back to the Don Jenkins Show. Coach Don Jenkins, who is absent today, he's doing some powerful things, you know Don, So I'm here to step in for my brother, and I'm so grateful that he gave me this opportunity. But right now, we're going to talk to Kai Robinson, who is the owner and president of Lillian's Resource Center. And I want her to unpack some of these things about what she does in the community. This is going to blow your mind. This is phenomenal. The doors are going to open so big for her after this show. This is amazing. She does some amazing. Wait till you hear it. I'm going to let her. I don't want to steal her thunder. I want her to talk about it. Whatever order she needs to talk about it. And let me shut up so she can talk. Kai, tell us what you do.
First and foremost, Jay, I thank God for you. I thank God for Coach Jenkins in his absence, for allowing this opportunity for me to come and be on the show with you and Andrea. I
appreciate you accepting.
Thank you. With fear and trembling. But I understand that it's in line with the word of the house where I serve. My bishop has declared 2019 as the year of divine connections. And so I understand that this, though I met you over 20 years ago, this year is our year for this divine connection. And so thank you for that invitation.
I don't know if y'all heard that, but she said the year of divine connections.
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep. And it really has been. So I am, my name is Kai Robinson. I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. I say that everywhere. I live here in Maryland with my wonderful husband who works with you, Michael Robinson. I am the CEO and founder of Lillian's Resource Center. And Lillian's Resource Center is a 501c3 nonprofit that was established in 2012 after the passing of my mother, whose name is Lillian Stewart. She was not ill. This was very sudden for our family. But her life impacted me so very much. And Michael and I had always talked about having a youth center because that's one of our passions. We help young people. And so we always had thoughts of having a youth center, a community center. And when my mother passed, I have a brother, Pastor Calvin E. Cage Sr., who's the senior pastor of Meridian Hill and Cathedral of Christ Baptist Church. And when my mother passed, I said, I want to do something for her. And just kind of randomly, but not random, he said, why don't you, open up your organization and name it after your mom? I was like, wow. That's it. Wow. And so from there, I spoke with Michael, and he agreed. And so Lillian's Resource Center was birthed. Wow. With Lillian's Resource Center, I'll speak about all three of them eventually, but I'm the president of Lillian's Resource Center. I'm the executive director of Mary Elizabeth's House, which is also a 501c3 organization, and CATCH, which is Cathedral Addiction Transitional Care Housing. So I'll go this way, my left to right, or right to left. Mary Elizabeth's House is a nonprofit organization that is actually named after Pastor Cage's mom, whose name is Mary Elizabeth. Okay. And he had this organization in honor of his mom, and his heart is to serve the community. And so he wanted an organization that was dedicated to those that are living with or diagnosed with HIV and or AIDS. And so that's what Mary Elizabeth's House.
So, I'm sorry, guys.
Yes, sir.
So Mary Elizabeth, you said was your pastor's mother.
Pastor Cage is a very good friend of mine and a pastor. He's like a brother to me, an older brother, and it's named after his mother. His mother, right? Elizabeth. Who was a servant, prayer warrior. Okay. Absolutely. Wow. Her name is Mary Elizabeth.
And I take it these are some of the things that she would do.
Absolutely.
In the community.
Absolutely.
Oh, man,
she served.
This is amazing.
Yes.
Are you guys catching this? This is awesome.
Yeah. And so, under Mary Elizabeth's House, we had a health fair a couple of years ago, and we had Prince George's Health Department come in and do free HIV testing. And that's something that we're looking to do more of.
Yeah.
We have an exam room. We're housed at 5354 Sheriff Road, all three organizations.
Okay.
They're in different suites.
Sure.
But we have an exam room where we'd like to do routine HIV testing free of charge for the community, and then educate around HIV and AIDS.
So I was just told yesterday that, and I don't know how true this is, that the District of Columbia
Yep.
has the highest HIV rate in the United States.
Yep.
And that's somebody told me that yesterday, and I wondered if you're reaching out. That are you involved in the district area as well as Maryland and other areas?
All three organizations are licensed and registered, both in Maryland and DC, because though we're housed in Prince George's County, we are one block from Ward 7, the DC line. And so we serve all three organizations, District of Columbia residents, as well as Maryland residents. We are not connected the way we'd like to be with the district. The other statistic that is most alarming is that the number of African American women that are infected and affected with the HIV virus, those numbers are skyrocketed, and it's a lot of lifestyle habits, if you will, that causes that. So we also want to just educate around safe sex practices, and things of that nature. Under CATCH, Cathedral Addiction Transitional Care Housing, it's another nonprofit that is geared towards individuals 18 to 45 that are in transition. That's transition from homelessness, transition from domestic violence, transition from the prison system. And so under CATCH, what we do is we go out and we feed the homeless. I cook the food or have someone assist me with cooking. I cook at home. And my husband and I, and maybe a couple of friends sometimes, and some gentlemen that are in the area where the organizations are. And we go out and we serve the homeless.
The community.
Absolutely.
So you did something similar to that when you used to work at Sasha Bruce?
Yes.
Is that what?
Well, actually, Sasha Bruce.
You were on the teaching end, right?
Well, counseling teenagers.
You heard about
homeless
Sasha Bruce?
teenagers. Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yep. We've partnered with a couple of organizations that actually house homeless youth. I will not give their names, but one of the things that we do on Wednesdays with the fresh fruits and vegetables is we also serve.
Wait, whoa! Oh, you go. How you think you gonna sneak that in?
It's coming.
Did
It's
you
coming
hear
when
what
I
she
get down here.
Fruits and Did you hear that?
I heard it. Yes.
Fruits and vegetables. Okay, you're gonna have to repeat what you said.
Okay.
You're gonna have to repeat that a little slower.
Okay. So with the work that we do on Wednesday, and it's under Lillian's Resource Center, as well as in conjunction with CATCH and Mary Elizabeth's House, we serve the community every Wednesday for the past 6 years, free of charge, fresh fruits and vegetables. Sometimes we have meats, we have flowers, and so that we do this every Wednesday. After we serve the community that comes to the center and pick up their groceries, then we go out and we take cases of food to the shelter for homeless youth. And in advance, we also prepare, and we will go out and serve the homeless.
Okay, Kai.
Okay.
You're a nurse.
Oh, Lord. Yes.
You're a worship leader at church, I'm sure, in some form or fashion.
I serve. I'm not a worship leader, but I do serve.
At her church. She is a big sister to many. She is a wife. She is. How do you do it all? How do you do that? How do you make time? How do you meal prep?
Right.
How do you do all of that? How does that work?
It is God's grace.
Amen.
I don't know how I do it. And I haven't even gotten to Lillian's Resource Center. So not only do we distribute and offer fresh fruits and vegetables, we are in the process now of contracting with an instructor. We are going to resume our Zumba courses for seniors. At Meridian Hill, there's a 12 noon Bible study for seniors. And we used to have a Zumba class after the Bible study. And so we're about to resume that for seniors. And we're excited about that. One of the other things that we do under Catch is we offer a painting and drywall class. It's a 6 to 8 week course that is given under our direction, but it's E&L Painting out of Fort Washington, Maryland. And they come over and they instruct on the fundamentals and the basics of painting and drywall. And that's geared towards those that are coming from the prison system that are unable to get employment, gainful employment, because of their record. And so we offer them a skill set where they can, you know, make an honest living, and do very good work. One of the other workshops or courses that we are about to implement now is substance use and addiction support groups.
Now, this is under Catch.
This is under Catch in conjunction with Lillian's Resource Center and Mary's House. And the three, we're about to implement a massive fundraiser. We've been trying to get a storage unit donated to us where we're going to collect.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to cut you off. Do you hear what she needs? She is getting ready to do a major fundraiser event. We need the support. Do you hear what she's doing in the community? Yes. This is only, I'm telling you, this is bigger than we think. So I want the audience, whoever you are out there, we need to support her. We need to support the vision. We need to support what God is doing through her. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm excited about what you're doing, and it's just so. And it baffles me that you are doing all these things
and working too.
And this is God. You know,
it is. It is.
To do everything you need to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we are embarking on a major fundraiser where we will be collecting gently used clothes and shoes. And the only reason that we haven't started it is we don't have space to house it.
Okay.
The fundraiser will be anywhere from 3 to 6 months, but I don't have space to house the items once we collect them. So we're prayerful that we'll get a storage unit. Everything that we do is strictly volunteer. We're not funded. None of the organizations are funded yet. We're yet prayerful for a grant writer.
Amen. That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, we're prayerful for a grant writer and a van, because for the past 6 years, Michael and I use our personal vehicles. Every Wednesday, we go and pick up the groceries that are donated to us by a very wonderful store. And these are not old groceries. We're giving away, we've got pictures, we give away greens, we give away snap peas, cantaloupe, everything that you would buy for yourself at the grocery store. We're giving it away, and we're using our personal vehicles. So we're prayerful, and we know that God is going to send us a van.
That's right.
Volunteering, and there's, this is, they're not funded, okay? They are going to get, this whole business,
the Lord's going to send us a grant.
This is going to be blessed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm sure after this show, God is going to open some doors.
Amen. Amen.
He's already opening them. He's already opening them right now.
Amen.
And I know you're out there, and I know you're going to support this.
Amen.
I'm thinking about ways that I'm going to support it. I know I am.
Yes.
Because this is powerful. This is something that it doesn't need, we don't need to sleep on this. Not only don't we need to sleep on our health, we don't need to sleep on people getting help. This is the year of divine, I keep saying it, divine connections.
Absolutely.
This is it.
Doing life together.
Doing life together. That's
and
the theme of our church.
community too. That's what you're doing.
So you know any grant writers?
Well, James, actually.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
he's in town.
she needs what Kai is asking for. She needs a reliable grant writer. Okay, but let me let her finish because I don't want to take up. I'll be talking and she'll be missing the whole Lillian's Resource Center.
You mentioned how we're able to do what we do, and it truly is God's grace. As you mentioned earlier, I am a registered nurse. I am a trauma nurse by training, and I've been an adjunct professor, but I'm a critical care nurse for 30 years.
Wow.
And that has afforded me the opportunity.
30 years?
Yeah.
And you're 40 years old?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Yeah, the Lord, the Lord. But it has opened so many doors. I am a mental health first aid instructor, and what mental health first aid is just like first aid for your physical, except it's first aid for the mental. And so I'm a certified instructor for that, for adults and youth. And one of the things that I'm really passionate about doing is teaching people how to handle a mental health crisis, someone that's actively in crisis, or someone that is headed towards a crisis. Because what we often miss in our so busy lives, where we're not really paying attention to what people say and how people are actually looking, with the mass shootings that are taking place, with all of these tragedies that are taking place around the world, people are telling us, number one, that they're hurting. And they're telling us that they have a problem. We're just so busy that we're not listening.
We're missing it, right?
Before a person goes and either shoots someone else or hurts someone else or hurts themselves, they've told 1 to 3 or 5 people. But again, we kind of just blow it off.
Yeah, mental illness is tough. My dad suffers from that, and I've watched him over the years, and it's difficult. It's very difficult.
And then in our community, it's almost taboo to talk about. And so in this certification, I teach an 8-hour certification.
So is that done under Lillian's Resource Center?
That's actually done under Resolution Consultants.
There she go again.
My for-profit.
She did it again. Ladies and gentlemen, do you hear what I'm saying? This Kai is busy.
Pray for me. I am.
I'm praying for her.
Please.
I'm praying for help to come her way. I'm praying for the grant writer to come her way. I'm praying for resources that she will get above all, you know what I'm trying to say.
Above and beyond.
Above and beyond. God is going to bless everything that she's doing in His time. There is an appointed time.
Absolutely.
But I believe that this is the year. I keep going. I can't get that out of my head.
It is.
I can't tell you, Pastor. I can't get that out.
I will tell him the year of divine connections.
The year of divine connections.
And it really is. I've recently added a new layer.
Another one?
So I will be coaching, life coach, and we're trying to explain to people that anything that you want to do in life, you're well able to do it, and you have what you need already. You just need someone to kind of coach you through that.
Wow.
And so we're embarking on, we're in the first week, but it'll be repetitive, a 14-day coaching challenge for $1.
Oh, that's right.
It's a 14-day coaching call for $1. You can register at itsmydestiny.com and sign up. And it's a coaching call. And we promised you that it will change your life in the 14 days if you do the work. It will definitely change your life. One of the other things that we're doing, years ago, before the market crashed, Michael and I had a mortgage branch, and we were life insurance agents. And I went into that following Michael, trying to be the supportive wife. But it turned out to be absolutely wonderful. I loved it because I was able to educate people on purchasing a house, and I was able to educate people on the benefits of life insurance. Oftentimes we think about, life insurance, we're like, I'm never going to need it, I'm not going to need it until I'm old, and we fall way short, but then we end up with major, everybody has a GoFundMe page to cover this, GoFundMe page to cover that. And one of the things that I loved about being a life insurance agent, so I just recently, 2 years ago, went back, got my life and health license. So I am educating ministries and individual persons on life insurance. I don't know. I don't know. I slept last night,
which is good,
for about 3 hours.
Amen. Amen.
But the importance of life insurance, and really how other communities have benefited from life insurance in ways that our community is not aware of. And so it is a new mission of mine to educate people.
You're really bringing a lot of development to folks that really need services. And
Absolutely.
It's a lot of people out here who just don't have what they need. And the fact that you're feeding the homeless and you're involved with the mental health, and you have Lillian's Resource Center as a bridge to both of these. I mean, this is incredible work that you're doing, and there's a lot of people in need out here that Kai will eventually get to, and seems like she's gotten to a lot already, but now there's another layer. Help is coming, the help that she needs, that van that she needs, the grants and the storage unit that she needs will be unpacked, I believe, this year. I'm praying that a supernatural blessing will come your way. And I'm just thankful that you, I just don't know. People say they don't have time. Woo! And you listen to what Kai's doing. She's making the time. She is making the time. And Bishop, if you're watching, she needs to be back on the show. You already know. You're probably saying it already. This is amazing. This is amazing work. And, we want to unpack, we want to see some pictures and, maybe some video footage. I don't know if you have that. I don't even know if you can do that.
I have more photos than video. I'm sure I can obtain video for you.
But you also have a website that we're going to talk about before we close, and how people can get in touch with you and how they can donate to each one. Or
yes.
Is it
yes, all three.
Okay.
Yes. So I just want to mention something really funny when you talk about time and green time. I have nieces and nephews, both in Detroit and then here, that I've kind of adopted. And they're two wonderful ladies, Amber and Ronika, that just one day random, they come to Lillian's Resource Center and assist me with, just various things, organizational things. And they were talking about finances. And we sat down, just unscripted, unplanned, and went through probably 3 hours of just financial literacy. And Amber asked me if I would do that for her friends, and I told her absolutely. And so I mentioned that because that's probably a layer that I know is coming, specifically for our young adults.
Sure.
Which is important.
Absolutely,
Very
absolutely,
important.
absolutely. And so, time.
Okay.
Time.
So let me ask you,
Yes.
I know you talked about your mom earlier, but what type of person was your mom?
Oh, wow.
So, can I say Lillian?
Yes.
Miss Lillian?
There you go. Ma Stewart. Ma
Stewart
is
what kind of person
affectionately
was Ma
known
Stewart?
as Ma Stewart.
I don't want to leave that out because that will roll into the passion of what she's doing, what she's doing.
So growing up on the east side of Detroit, our home, I'm the baby of 5. I have 2 wonderful brothers and 2 wonderful sisters, George, Gerald, Lynette, and Kathy. And our home was the home where if your parents cooked or did not cook, you could always come to Ma Stewart's house and get fried chicken. And that was what she was known for.
It's a stopping point.
She absolutely. She in a nutshell, she was a servant to the world, really. And I say the world, but I guess to Detroit. The mail carrier got hot chocolate in the summer and lemonade.
She took care
hot
of
chocolate in the
everybody.
winter and lemonade in the summer. The UPS carrier during Christmas time.
She just touched it.
She was just always giving. She was a confidant to many, and she served. Actually, the night before her passing, she had gotten out of the hospital about a week or so prior, and she was on the phone calling new members from her church saying, "Thanks for joining my church. I will see you on Wednesday." And
Wednesday.
Exactly.
That's why you get it? I'm glad I asked her.
Look
There's
at that.
always a divine
look
connection.
at that.
You
Look
see
at
that?
I
Divine
never thought about
connection?
that, but you're 100%
Wednesdays.
correct. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
And that's where
absolutely.
she's delivering the healthy food on Wednesdays and the other things that she's doing on Wednesdays.
Wow.
Amen.
Amen.
You see? All right.
Absolutely.
I better stay tuned to Kai.
And so, thank you. But my mother she was a joy. She had the biggest smile when she walked in a room.
You knew
She
she was
lit
there.
up. Oh my God, she had a presence and a spirit that I'm trying to embody.
Amen.
That
I think you're
I'm
there.
doing everything I can to be her. We have a running joke in our home. Where Mike will say, "You're not your mother," and I say, "I am she."
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
Wow, man, I'm
Yeah.
so glad I asked you about your
Oh
mom.
yeah, absolutely.
So how long did your
absolutely.
mom live to?
So she was 83.
83.
If you saw a picture, you would think she was about 65. But for the 7 years prior to her passing, she vacationed with Michael and I and our friends and some other family members.
Wow.
So July of 2010, she was on a balcony in the Dominican Republic. She had never been in a jacuzzi before, and she had a jacuzzi in her room. And so we took excellent care of her. And so she was in Dominican in July, and in January, she was with the Lord. She was with the Lord. But I tell you,
I feel like you have
the
so
joy,
many stories.
the joy
you
of
probably
having
have
her.
so many stories to unpack
Absolutely.
for her, and there's going to be books that are going to have to be written.
Amen.
There are, because
Mama said.
you can't let this. You have to tell the story.
Amen.
This is something that we need to get out to the people.
Amen.
People need to understand why Kai is doing what she's doing. It's not, this is no mistake. God doesn't make mistakes. He designs.
Amen.
So I'm so grateful that you
Thank you so very
were able
much.
to come to the
Thank
show
you for the
and
opportunity.
explain what you're doing with
Amen.
the resource centers and and the two other catch in Mary Elizabeth's house.
Amen.
And DC,
Great things are
we're hurting
coming.
over in DC.
Absolutely.
We're hurting.
Yep.
It's a lot of stuff.
Just
There's a lot of firsts.
Got to make the right connections.
Yeah.
It's about divine connections,
about
and
divine
so
connections.
the Lord will send us the
Yes, He
connections we
will.
need.
Now, real quick, I don't know if
Yes.
you're allowed to say about your event that's coming up.
No.
No, you can't.
Okay.
It's mental health something coming up.
Yes, we're
Can't
having
do
a
that.
mental health day at our school, so we can help empower the community and share strategies with the children of how to deal with issues when they get stressed.
Okay. Amen.
Excellent.
So we're going to wrap up the show, and what I want to do is ask you how do people get in touch with you,
Okay.
and then we'll close, and
Okay.
then we'll be able to.
The name of the organization's Lillian's Resource Center. That's www.lillians, Lillians, resource, RESOURCE, center, CENTER.org. Catch is cathedraltransitional.org. And then Mary Elizabeth's House is themaryshouse.org. They are all 501c3 nonprofits. We are housed at 5354 Sheriff Road in Capitol Heights, Maryland. We're down the street from the Redskins Stadium and the Prince George's Learning Center. Our phone number is 301-773-7307. That's 301-773-7307. And we thank you and thank God for you having us here and for allowing us to discuss what the Lord is doing.
Amen. We appreciate you.
Amen.
And if you really need to get in touch with Kai, and you didn't get the, some of y'all got bad hearing, so, you might not have caught it. But anyway, if you need her information, reach out to Don Jenkins, and I will make sure that he gets her information and he can relay that to you all. Amen. Okay? Amen. But thank you, Kai. Thank you, so Andrea.
Yes.
Green Time.
Yes.
And how do we get in touch with Green Time? www.greentime, T-Y-M-E, not T-I-M-E.com. Green Time, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. You didn't tell me. GreenTimeLLC.com.
Yes.
GreenTimeLLC.com.
It's time for Green Time.
Green
all right.
every day.
We're signing off. Don Jenkins Show, once again.
FMD killing this one. Come back.